2, fucking 1. And I want to get the communist takeover dream as
Oh
the
yeah,
way that we start this. So welcome to Once a Real Variety Hour. We're your hosts. I am Vern Smith,
and I'm Nate.
I'm Scott.
or at least he pretends to be. And every week we host the Once a Real Variety Hour, the only podcast where you can get variety for an hour. Don't look that up. Please don't look that up. So we're gonna start off straight away with we were talking about before we started dreams, and Nathan has an interesting one.
Dude, I've got several interesting ones. Like the past few nights, I don't know. Maybe the moon's doing something weird or something. I don't know, but I've had some weird
Maybe
dreams.
Mercury's in Gatorade or something.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Mercury is in Gatorade. That's what I was thinking.
Thank you, Willie, for that wonderful phrase. Okay, so basically, it starts out. I'm sitting around talking with some people, and you know how you just talk with people about like an election or something, and you're just like, yeah, who do you think's gonna win? Well, I think that this guy has, really got this population's vote down, locked down, but I'm not sure if that other group's gonna support that. I think they're gonna, yada yada, like just like conversating about. So that's how we were talking about a communist revolution, right? Apparently, there's going to be a war starting to, establish the communist, like straight up Karl Marx communist rule kind of thing.
God.
Oh my.
Yeah. So we're talking about this. Then all of a sudden, I'm running through a
That
grocery
sounds
store.
horrible.
The guerrilla fighting has already begun. Like there's these rebel people who are like running around in their like guerrilla fighting gear. They're like post-apocalyptic looking kind of clothes or whatever, or not
Wearing
post-apocalyptic.
gorilla outfits.
Well, like just like trench coats and shit. They're rebels. They're dressed like rebels. Fighting the government.
Right. I was just kind of throwing that in there as a
Yeah.
silly scenario where they're.
He's like kind of like that.
This whole dream was kind of weird and silly anyway, but
It sounds like it. Like what the fuck?
dude, it was very detailed too. Like when I do dream, it's like very vivid and like there's a lot going on. Like there's a whole story with it. So anyway,
Can I
Huh?
just
I like
add?
that.
yeah, go ahead, Scott.
I was just gonna say mine. Honestly, yours are very vivid and very just. They kind of make more sense. Mine, on the other hand, is just total chaos to where I don't even know what the hell is going on. Like, when I wake up, I can never remember anything other than bits and pieces of it, and it's just like I've never had it to where like, oh, this is the story behind my dream, and like, oh, this and this happened. I was like, I think there was like a war in it, and maybe somebody died, and I think at some point I got my head cut off, and I woke up. I don't know.
Jesus.
I think I saw Frankenstein drinking a smoothie.
I saw God. Like,
Oh my.
Kali
anyway.
Ma.
Oh
I ate
my.
something, and then I had a really weird afternoon.
And then I
anyway,
woke up. Like
Oh, so okay. So then I was like running through a grocery store, and the guerrilla fighting had begun. Right.
Okay.
It's like
Right.
war had gotten. You know how those apocalyptic movies go, where like the thing is happening and people are freaking out and they're running around the grocery store fighting each other for goods and stuff. It's kind of like that, except they were just fighting. They weren't fighting for the goods; they were just fighting. And I picked up a drill, and I was like,
all right,
gonna-
drill bit Taylor.
"What?"
I said, all right, drill bit Taylor.
Yeah, I had a fucking drill. Right? I was like on the other side, I guess, whatever that other side was, and I was gonna go after them because I was like, "Oh man, I gotta fight for my survival." Oh no, it's one of those situations. So I got a
Nathan,
drill.
did you tell them this is not a drill when you encountered them?
I wish I was that clever in this dream. Was not nearly that.
It's not a drill. Actually, that looks like a drill. No,
well, I mean, this
not
is a drill, but this is
I'm
not a
really
drill.
not using a drill.
This is very serious, people. This is not a drill, but it is a drill.
But it's not.
Yeah. So I go up to, I'm like running after them. I'm like about to get up to them, but then all of a sudden, what I see is like it just like a pixelated screen, just like faded in, very orange, reddish, brownish. Just like big pixels. Like big squares, like a static screen almost, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It was like orange and red, and then it was almost like a voiceover or something but like I knew that at that moment, like the big reset button was pushed, and all of a sudden we were in a communist nation, and that was it.
Ooh.
And
Fuck, dude.
I know. And then like I'm sitting in a room, like a nice office, like an old Victorian style office kind of room, right? I'm sitting with this young guy that looks kind of like Justin Trudeau,
Okay.
but he's wearing this like athletic shorts and a t-shirt, and he's just like one of my buddies or something.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the president now of this new communist order, and I'm like, oh, you're the president. Okay. So tell me, do you have any experience doing this sort of thing? Do you experience in like economics or finance or anything like that? And he said something like, well, he was really confident. He was just, like, yes, I'm going to establish my new order, and we're gonna make sure we do things right. And yeah, looks like we did it, boys. That kind of thing.
So you're telling me
And-
Diet Beto O'Rourke took over the nation?
What's that?
I said you're telling me Diet Beto O'Rourke took over the nation.
I guess. But like, I asked him, like, do you have any experience doing this kind of thing, running a country, being in charge of things, knowing anything about money and how the economy works and all that kind of stuff? He's like, well, I took social studies in college, or something. They're like, oh, okay. And I don't know what exactly I said after that. But then I walked out, and then I go up and I see like a line of people, like for a food line, a food line, I assume, like they're in line for food. And I see a guy I know from high school that I wasn't really friends with. I was acquaintances with. I knew him. He's whatever. And some girl that I had a crush in middle school for like 8th grade. And we were just sitting there chatting about this, oh, yeah, did you hear about the new takeover? Oh, yeah,
Was this the girl that you had a crush on in 8th grade as an adult or as an 8th grader?
both as an adult. They were both adult, like the older version of, like the guy from high school, he was a smooth-faced dude.
Yeah.
But like some scruff, and he looked a little, and he was just like, oh, hey, Nathan, how's it going, man? Hey, you remember me? That kind of thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, what's
So
up?
weird. What the fuck? What were you
It was-
experiencing? You were like tapping in. You were both having a fever dream and simultaneously having this like fucking like tap into the future. You're seeing some weird cognition. Like,
Dude, we don't exactly have great relations with China right now, and they are a communist country, so
you never know. You never know what they're up to. If they're gonna start a war with us, they're not just gonna like show up, man. They're gonna send people over and do that Splinter Cell shit, right?
yeah. Well, 2022 is supposed to be like the year of the dragon.
Oh
and it's
shit.
sure, like
Oh shit.
dragons or whatever.
Fuck.
So
I hope a comet doesn't pass by. They'll be up
Yeah.
in arms.
who knows which one we would rather have happen first? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. A comet's gonna pass by and is on the boats already. Get over there. It's time. This is it.
So that was my communist dream.
That's insane. So Nathan has communist dreams. FBI, please don't investigate him.
Yeah, just one. And it's not a dream of starting a communist state. Well, it is a dream about that, but it's not like I want that to happen.
Yeah, right.
Woke up from it, and I was like, for a second, I was just like, oh shit, we're like, well, I gotta rearrange my life a whole lot. Oh, wait a minute, no, I'm just dreaming. Oh, thank God.
Run.
Whew.
До
Back to sleep.
свидания.
I'm kind of glad I don't have dreams like that because, yeah, I would probably mistake that for being a real life scenario.
I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, our mind is connected to a subconscious network in a way. I mean, we're all related to consciousness, and as a species, we've risen up and we share a lot of the same motivations and thought. Like, we're so much the same in so many ways, even though we're all very individual at the same time. It's not completely unreasonable to think that people have dreams that are preemptive to real events. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's not you don't always have prophetic dreams or anything like that, but I don't think it's too outside of the realm of reality to say that, a dream could be like a foreshadowing to something real,
That's good.
I'm not saying that we're going to have a communist takeover in the United States of America
You
or
don't fucking
anything.
know that, don't you? Don't you say
No.
that?
That's the thing. We don't know that.
You don't know.
Maybe I'm like seeing certain trends, or maybe it's just a reflection of my own psyche, and there's just some weird thing going on in my own mind.
There's some like comrade deep inside you that's like,
Yeah, or like the Communist Party somehow represents symbolically something about me. That's the other way you can.
That's usually what it is, right? With dreams, is like the symbology
I
of it.
think so. I think that's more often and more likely.
Yeah,
that
it's like our brains are more poetic when they're sleeping than they are like when they're awake, huh?
Well, yeah, your dreams are not constrained to the rules of conscious living. Like for example, if you have like for example, sexual dreams, like it's not always like, oh yeah, I'm definitely horny for this person or something like that.
No,
It
but
could
I've always interpreted it as that and always went for it that way, and it has always not worked out. So I think
Right.
I'm learning that maybe that's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be like, oh, I feel this way about this person, or that person personifies a feeling that you have, or some aspect of yourself. Like if it's a certain kind of girl, well, you look at what kind of, what aspects about that girl they sort of embody, especially in that. And maybe you have a part of yourself that's like that, and you're trying to accept that as a part of yourself. Like
Yeah.
that's likely what that would be.
Could be. Yeah, that could be it. Wow, that's a good way of looking at that. Wow, that would explain a lot more about the people that I went around and slept with. I didn't know a better way to say that. Just rolls off the tongue, really. So
Anyway.
yeah, let's. That was good. That was a good. Any weird dreams for you, Scott, lately? Anything?
What's up?
Any weird dreams for you?
Any weird dreams?
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said before,
You just get bits and pieces and don't really remember. Yeah.
what's that?
You just get bits and pieces and don't really remember.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I was just saying that, I can only get bits and pieces of my dreams, and honestly, there isn't anything that's really standing out to me at this moment, so probably not.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't really remember most of mine, so that's where I'm at. I don't think for most of the time that I've been alive I've remembered many of mine. But when I do, usually it's like weird premonition-like dreams where I'm like seeing the fucking future, and then eventually I have deja vu about a fucking dream I had like 7 years ago. And
Right.
I never know if that's like a precognition thing or if it's like one of those like your brain doing that trick on you. I did like a research paper on it once, and what I found was it was kind of interesting. It was basically that the human brain does this thing where it'll sometimes trick you into thinking that a memory that you think you had is a brand new thought. It's a brand new idea, and it files it in the wrong place. Instead of going into conscious thought, it goes into memories. And so your brain does this thing where it like takes something really creative and just dumps it there instead. But I've woken up and jotted down memories before, and then years later the situation happens, and I'm like, fucking hang on! I said this would happen! like a fucking madman with tinfoil sticking off my head and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's happened, man. It's fucking weird. Like,
Yeah, I had
Dude.
those theories too, and I've read a very similar article about what you were talking about.
yeah.
Very interesting.
It is. It's interesting that the brain fucks up so often like that. It makes me wonder how many things it does fuck up like that. Just to get through the day. You know what I mean? It's just like, well,
Yeah.
messed that one up, but it'll be all right. And I hope you don't need that password. That's why there's the forgot password button, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot my wife's birthday, but I remember the color of a hot dog. Yeah.
And man, I got that
color of a
captcha
hot
right
dog
so
that I had
quick.
the other day. What's that?
I said, and I got that captcha right so quick. Those little things with the pictures. So click all the buses. It's so funny, man.
I had sort of a premonition dream once.
Yeah? How'd that work out? What was it?
It was kind of a premonition. It's more like I saw a thing that I definitely saw in a dream. I had a dream where I was at my grandparents' house in their living room. I was trying to like start a campfire in their fire. Well, it wasn't in their. They have a fireplace, but I had like a library. You know those library carts, those shitty metal carts that are really loud, but they carry the books on them. You see them in the library.
Yeah.
I had one of those, and I was trying to start a little campfire on that, and I had it in front of the fireplace to catch the soot and stuff. But that wasn't working, so then I go to the center of their living room, and I'm trying to start. There's like a pile of ash and logs and whatever, and I'm trying to start a fire on there. My grandparents are sitting there with like wool hats, like outdoor hats there, and I'm like, oh man, I'm blowing a lot of soot on stuff all over the place. Hey, sorry about that, guys. And they're like, oh, that's all right. Don't worry about that. You know, and they had their outdoors clothes on. So I'm trying and it's not working. And then I look around and I suddenly realize that the whole floor was actually like a marsh, like a swampy.
Oh shit.
Like there's water, all of it, like logs and like like algae and everything. And there's a particular in the middle. I was trying to build the fire on top of a log that was sticking up out of the water, and it was because the wood was damp and where it wasn't working and it was not going to light. Okay, so then I go on a road trip over this past summer out west, and I stop in Kansas for to camp at like one of those spots where it doesn't have any amenities or toilets or anything like that, but you just show up and it's free and whatever, right? And it had rained the night before or whatever, and so there's this big fire ring, right? Like probably 6 foot long, and there's a big log in the middle, and it's filled with water. And it was the exact same log in that stand that was in my dream from like months before that.
Creepy.
It was weird.
Creepy. Doesn't it freak you out when you see shit like that?
Dude, I freaked out a little bit. The pictures of it and everything. It was weird.
Very clear. And why is this even a thing? Why is this so unique? Why is this so important? What's important about this?
Right.
Right. It does make you wonder, right? Like, what is it? What do you need, brain? Like, why is it not working for you? You know?
Yeah, like what's going on here, bud?
What's going on inside of your brain right now?
I have these. I feel like we've had this discussion before, actually, in a variety hour. But like, I've had these dreams. Like, there's different meanings for different types of dreams. Like the one I've had dreams where my teeth are falling out, and like that has a specific meaning. And one where I'm falling or something, or
Yeah.
And I've had those types of dreams, and they all have some specific meaning. I think like teeth falling out is like losing control of stuff, or
Yeah.
I forget exactly. What's that?
Like not having power, because when you don't have teeth, you're helpless. You can't chew.
Right.
That's super basic. You can't even eat food right. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right.
Let's see what we get here. There we go.
I think we're losing Scott.
Yeah, I think he's starting to get some bad connection. If we lose Scott here, we will reconnect with him as soon as we can.
Where I'm back in high school, and I do
He's still going.
not
Perfect.
prepare. I do not feel prepared for my test.
Okay, I think we lost him officially.
I
now.
was just saying.
Scott, we're like you
earlier-
keep cutting in and out, bud.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, your feed is starting to get real bad too. Is it raining out there? Where are you? Are you in the jungle? What is? Was that a man on a canoe in the background just now? What was that?
I think I saw a leopard.
I think so too.
A leopard, not a leopard.
Not a leper. No lepers back there. Yeah, I definitely don't want any of them joining your fucking club, right?
There's a podcast. Leopard back there.
Unclean! Unclean!
Oh, you
So
can hear us.
ridiculous. Fantastic misspeak. I like that. Good.
Yeah, I guess I'm in a very spotty area.
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not great. Don't get me wrong, but it's it's better. We're getting somewhere.
You're never gonna get right with a phone.
Yeah.
Driving down the road, you're definitely not gonna get.
There, he's starting to get back in there. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's my
we
story. What I was just telling you about.
we missed most of it, I think, about the falling dream. Yeah, and then it started to cut him out again. It's just not working for you right now, bud.
Yeah,
why don't we go around the ring and do our age-old question?
right.
How was your week? And then when Scott reconnects, we'll actually listen to Scott's dream story as soon as we can. And Nathan, you want to go ahead and start for us?
Sure thing. No, my week was pretty good.
Am I good? I can.
Nope.
We
Just hang on, Scott.
My week was.
Nope. Scott's gonna go for it. All right, Scott.
Yep.
We really can't understand you, dude. It's really bad. So.
Yeah, you're like barely hearable at
Yeah.
all. We can't even really hear the fact that you're talking most of the time. Yeah. Okay, so my week was pretty good.
Oh, Still going? Okay, that's later.
All right.
There it goes.
Love. Bye, buddy.
We'll reconnect with Scott soon. He will probably get home very shortly.
Hey, there we go.
There it goes.
Oh,
There it goes.
what a mess.
Yeah, it started to get pretty bad there for a second. I think weather might be a thing right now. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could
Trying
be.
to see if I could get this to bring up my camera to be right next to yours like it was, but I don't think that's going to happen. Nope, not going to happen. So,
It's just going to be the Nate Baczynski show, I guess, for a minute.
Nate Baczynski show. The Nate
Hey!
Baczynski Variety Hour with Nate Baczynski and Nate Baczynski!
Hey!
Smile and wave. Clap! Clap! If you're in the audience, clap!
So anyway,
Yeah, how was your week, man?
oh, it was pretty good. I'm trying to think. Oh, actually, it was pretty busy. I had a lot of things. Well, we had our show on Friday.
We did.
That was awesome.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that show, and the show the week before that too, honestly. But we had a great time playing the show. I went to my friend's wedding, James. He got married, and that was really cool. Great time. We hung out.
I saw the pictures from that. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, the place was beautiful. They did some. So it was one of those things where a couple of times the procession got precarious because we thought something went wrong, but then it was not that it went wrong. It's that there was a surprise.
Oh.
2 or 3 times they had a couple of things like that.
Oh, wow, that's a fun wedding. That sounds scary as shit.
Yeah, well, it's like they were like, well, where's the bride? Where she's coming from? Because everyone walked up. You know how they walk up in order.
Yeah.
Arms and all that. And then it's like, where's the bride? Well, then there's this horse-drawn carriage from the other side. These Clydesdales pulled a carriage with her in it, like with white flowers and all this kind of stuff. It was like super fairy tale, pretty romantic and all of that. Then she comes down.
I love that they added drama to their wedding. That's like,
Yeah, they
it's like
did.
theatrics to the wedding. Like, what the fuck? I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, then, when they were about to do the rings, all the groomsmen were like, do you have the rings? Do you have the rings? Where are the rings? Do you have the rings? You brought the rings, right? Where are the rings at? And then one of the dudes pulls out a little, what looks like a Wi-Fi router. I thought maybe they'd put the rings on a Wi-Fi router to be funny. Because they all worked at Best Buy or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was a drone controller, and they had a drone fly a little basket with the rings. And it was scary because, it's like those are pretty tough to fly or whatever.
Yeah, they're hard to fly.
Yeah, so he
That's
did
a
it.
job, dude. Yeah.
He did a great job
That's
because he didn't
crazy.
snag it on anything or anything
Wow,
like that.
props to that guy. Props to that guy. Hey, shout out to drone operator at James's wedding.
Jeff
Jeff,
was his
look
name.
at you, Jeff. Hey, shout out.
Good job.
Jeff.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
if you ever see this, Jeff, you did a great job out there, man.
Yeah.
Keeping the
And the
sky
rest-
safe.
Yeah.
Trying
And
to
the
use
rest of
drones.
the, there was like a buffet with some food, and we drank and we hung out, and it was great. It was just a great day.
That sounds like a fun day. Yeah, hell yeah.
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 And then since then, it's just sort of a normal week.
Yeah.
Other than that, we had our Tuesday night, and that was interesting.
Yeah, it was. It's
Yeah.
a good solid meeting. There's gonna be a positive outcome from all of that. There's gonna be a brand new Once Revealed right around the corner. I don't know if the
That's-
people are ready for it.
That's what I think. I think it was just a really good thing that we needed to do.
Yeah.
It had to happen at some point. And it's like, well, this is critical mass at this point.
I'm gonna be honest. It took a lot of the stress that I had about just everything surrounding the band just away. Like I don't have any of that anymore, so that's kind of nice.
Well, yeah, when you have animosity and you just take care of it like that, like
Yeah.
it masks itself as other things outside of the situation.
Yeah.
But really, when you just have that feeling within you, it affects everything else around you too.
Yeah. Yeah. For everyone not in the know, we are in fact angsty metal musicians who write angsty metal music. It's not just the music. We're not just making it up. We have feelings too, okay? And emotions, and they run high sometimes. But
We're angsty as fuck.
we
on
are.
Tuesday.
We are sometimes, yeah. Yeah. You probably the least within the band. You have some, personal things you tell me about, but it's not really the band itself, I think, that causes a lot of your thing. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you have a lot of drive time between the two places to be like, well, let me work through all the things that just happened tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I find that I don't have any real problems with. I don't seem to create or get involved in any kind of real dispute with people in the band. I guess
You're very non-confrontational for the most part, I think, is what it is. And that's like a great character trait to have. That's a fantastic character trait to have.
It's also good to have someone in the band, you, who does confront things, because that helps to take care of problems.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Too.
It's a little acid for your base, right?
Yeah. 0, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta have a neutral, a mineral water, if you will. That's a science joke. That's lame. Wow. Cal asks, "Are you eating Pop-Tarts for dinner, Nathan?"
I'm eating Pop-Tarts for second dinner, and
that is very Hobbit of you.
I'm having chocolate Pop-Tarts, just to be bougie, with red wine.
That's amazing. That's wow. Golf clap for that. Just a little.
I'm pretty sure this cost me about $8 from Aldi. It's a fine selection. Mm.
I like that. I like that. That's the bougiest of Aldi's wines, apparently.
Well, Aldi is known for its bouginess.
They sell liquor in Aldi's in West Virginia. Is that what I'm getting out of that?
Wine and beer, but no liquor. And West Virginia.
Interesting. Yeah, so there's rules there. It turns out. Who knew?
We've got a couple.
Only a few. None of them surrounding firearms at all.
None. But we are, despite the Confederate flags, we are a Union state.
That's somehow they kept it together.
History is straight. That's the whole reason that West Virginia exists is so that we could be a fucking Union state.
Yeah,
It's hilarious that there's. Anyway.
How many people do you think got caught up in that were just like, no, but there's a lot of people around us. We should probably just shut up.
No, we're Union. Shut up.
We're the fucking Union. Shut your fucking mouth. Now it's even. That's what it was, right? Weren't they looking for a way to make it even? Weren't there more states against the North at the time?
It wasn't so much that. There was disagreements between Western Virginia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then it became West Virginia.
I forget. Like voting ratios and like.
They should have taken the name and fought a sub-war to the Civil War over the name Virginia, and then made them name themselves East Virginia. And they should have put a wall up between the two of them.
Yes,
in fact, we should have put a wall around that whole fucking place. Virginia's a fucking mess. Let's be really honest.
Build the wall. Build the wall.
Right around Virginia specifically. I need to be very clear. I want everybody from everywhere else around the nation and world to flock anywhere they want to in this nation, this beautiful free country. However, Virginians are not really people, and we all know that. So you don't have to worry about that. It's not a thing.
What kind of experience did you have with Virginians to make you feel this way? Holy shit. This is very specific.
Look, all I'm saying is there's a lot of horses in Virginia.
Yes. I'm still wanting for information.
So don't go horsing around, if you will.
This reminds me of a story by Chuck Palahniuk, but I don't think I can really talk about it.
Oh man, I know what one you're talking about too. Oh god, I read all of his stuff probably up until like 2010 or 2011.
It's stuff, so. His short stories. It's yeah. Okay, the porn star horse.
Yep. That was in that book. That was like all a bunch of short stories. That was the one that has the other one that's pretty famous. The one about the hot tub. I'm pretty sure that was in that compilation. It might have been one of the other adjacent compilations, but I'm pretty sure it was that one.
Gotten to that yet? I didn't read the whole thing.
Okay, keep going.
The one that I like, the one that I...
Oh, God, don't watch the JRE where he goes on. That'll ruin it, too.
Wait, what?
He did a JRE. He was on Chuck Palahniuk, or Chuck Palahniuk was on it.
That's how I learned that he wrote Fight Club. I didn't know that before. And then that's what made me want to get his other books. Hi, Scott. Welcome back.
Scriptnerd is in the house. We need the air horn. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yep. That was 9 air horns. That's a big air horn. That's a block of air horns. That's
We should have
that's
an air horn in
fanfare,
our
Scott. You're the fucking man.
Okay.
So, Scott, how's your week, bud?
My week?
Yep.
I'm thinking. How was my week? It went by pretty quick.
Did it?
Yes, it wasn't too bad. Trying to think. Anything eventful?
Scott's like, my week was pretty weak.
Yeah, it's pretty a weak week. A pretty weak week.
Yeah. Anything fun in at work? Anything interesting? Driving the trucks, delivering the metals. Nope, nothing. Just a
For
very...
some metal on Friday night, didn't
Yeah,
you?
we're gonna deliver some fucking metal on Friday night at Cafe 611. I like that.
We're idiots, guys.
Yeah, no, but it's great. This is entertainment, boys. This is what you do.
Right.
This is the red light comes on. Dance, monkeys, dance.
From what I've been told, at the main headquarters in Capitol Heights, Maryland, we one of the cranes that carries the metal is shut down, so that's really effed up our productivity.
Whoa. Yeah, I imagine when the crane stops working, that's got to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, they've got forklifts, but they can't. It's a very narrow area, so you can't really use the forklift in certain areas. So it's like, this is going to fuck things up for a little bit, because supposedly it'll take a whole month before it'll get fixed. So.
Wow. Damn. I imagine there's a select few people out there in the world who repair cranes, right? Like, there's probably, and they're probably paid a lot of money. There you go, kids. Don't go to college. Go to trade school to become a crane repairman. That's all I'm saying.
What Vern said.
That's all I'm saying. Look,
You got it.
I'm not a financial advisor, but I know a thing or two. No, but yeah, no, that's insane though. That's got to be crazy to just have that entire supply chain cut out now. You guys aren't delivering anything to them. That kind of sucks.
I mean, we're still getting steel from them. It's just, it's limited.
Yeah.
Dudes.
Yeah, just slower. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Other than that, nothing too eventful.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
I drove by your house. I think it was today. Now that I think of it, I drove by your house, Vern, and your car was there. Your car, the Ford.
Both of them?
Well, Fords.
Yeah.
Your floor was there.
Oh, really?
I was like, Vern's here.
You should have stopped. You should have literally stopped and just said hi. I would have come out. We could have bullshitted for a second.
But I was feeling fucking tired, man. I was not in the mood to even socialize with anybody.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I came home for a late lunch today because I had some stuff I had to do leading into lunch. So I was just hanging out of the house for a little while.
Before lunchtime, this was like 8:30 or something.
Oh, it was this morning before I left then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then I came back and I saw your Explorer was gone. I was like, maybe I'll catch it before he leaves. But
no, I was gone.
It was just
interesting. I left and went to work right around 8:30, so you probably drove by, and then I was like walking out of the house. Like that's really funny, actually. That would have been really funny. That would have been funny for another reason, but we'll get to that later.
To talk to Vern.
Yeah.
We get to talk to Vern. Here's my buddy. Oh shit! I just dropped.
Anybody can talk to me. Anybody can get these chords, these vocal cords.
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense. Stupid.
No reply to that.
I don't know what to say to that. Are you?
Say to that.
Is that a euphemism? I don't.
Do you want us to perform surgery and pull out your vocal cords?
Yes, take them out and give them to somebody else. I don't want them. So my week was fairly uneventful, other than the Tuesday band rehearsal. That was about it. Fucking last Friday we did that show. Another quick shout out to Wright Live and Brandon Wright. Dude fucking rocks for having us out there. It's awesome. Man. Michael Bullis and Bruticorn, Killer Inside and Throne Room. All the other artists that played on the bill that night, and then we headlined the show for the night. Closed it out. It was a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun.
What did you cut out while
Oh, I was just gonna say, should we like tag them in the comments or something?
Oh, if you want to, go for it. Yeah, you can tag them down there if you like. Broodcorn has a page, Killer Inside has a page, and Throne Room has a page if you like to tag them out there.
Brandon,
check them out. Listen to their music if you have not ever heard of them. They're pretty cool, man. Look them up on Spotify. I don't know if Broodcorn has a Spotify page or not, but their music's pretty sick, man. It's pretty heavy. I think it'd be sick if they did that as a band. It's a duo of guys. They both play guitar, and one of them does vocals. But I was looking at their page, and I was like, man, it's pretty heavy. It's like genty stuff, you know? That was the first guy who was playing.
Which band are you referring to?
Well, it's Michael Bullis, the guy that was playing with the guitar to the backing tracks. But
yeah.
But he has like that other dude who booked the show with us, Cody, I believe. He was the dude who's in the band and screamed with them, and also plays guitar apparently as well. So pretty cool.
Oh, promoter?
Yeah. Yep.
Guy with the gauges?
Yeah. Yep.
What was his name? Like, is it Joel?
I think it was Cody. Joel. Yeah, he looks like a Joel. I can see that. It's a good name. I mean, it's not a bad name. No disparagement there. If your name's Joel, we like you.
Yeah, you're the man, Joel. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the man. Scott's like, I don't really like Joels. I'm gonna be honest.
Just reminds me of Joel Osteen.
Oh yeah, that guy.
His perfectly manicured nails and fancy hair.
I thought you were gonna say perfectly manicured teeth. I was gonna
I
nails on his teeth, like.
I was like, that's not how teeth work.
Is that where you were going with that? Really?
What?
Was that where you were going with that initially?
Yeah, because I was thinking about the pearly whites and how perfectly white they are, and I was like, those perfectly manicured nails.
Who's the other guy? Who's the televangelist that had the whole blow the COVID away?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but the metal video to that is sick.
It's so great. I love it. Yeah, it's like him frothing at the mouth, screaming.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's so
he's
weird.
Fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, dude, he looks scary as shit. Like, I saw a post like where it just took photographs of him like smiling,
Oh yeah.
and it's like this guy looks like he eats children, and then you look at him, you're like, oh god, he does.
You're like, oh, he might actually.
What are you talking about?
We can't remember his name. He's that televangelist dude who goes on TV and does the preaching for money, where he tries to get you to call in and donate shit. But he does that thing where like the shit that he says just makes no sense. He had like this thing where he's like, we're gonna blow the COVID away, and he's like blowing into the microphone and shit. He's like really hard. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Funnier than that guy is like the other pastor guy. He's got go along with whatever he's talking about, and he's just gotta like improvise, just be like.
Oh yeah. He has a bunch of them actually. He has like 3 or 4 dudes that stands behind him and just tries to come up with whatever this dude's doing on the stage.
Yeah, like, it's his televangelist posse.
Yeah, his televangelist posse.
Hey, I got
Oh my god.
something to show you guys.
Oh fuck. That's pull it up.
Is it your peanut? Please.
I got a salt shaker from my parents. They went to Florida.
Oh.
It's a frog salt shaker. The first one. And the next one. I guess this is the pepper or so. I don't know.
What
This
is
is a little
that?
ducky.
Oh, it's a duck.
Pepper. Yeah, a little pepper.
Huh.
Salt and pepper shaker, huh?
Yeah, the two. I think the frog goes right there, and then he's kind of riding the duck.
Oh, look at that.
You got that
looks
a crack.
precarious. I feel like I would drop that so fast.
Yeah, I feel like
What a-
Kermit's cheating on Miss Piggy.
He's riding Miss Piggy.
Right.
Whoops.
No, he's riding a duck. That is not Miss Piggy. That is Miss
Yeah.
Mallard.
Wait,
That is
Piggy.
Mrs. Mallard, and she's taken. Okay, that is an affair.
That is one affair right there. He is cheating on Miss Piggy.
Yeah. That's fucking Jerry Springer level shit right there. Could you imagine the
That
Muppets
is-
like that?
I feel it.
I need an episode of that actually. That'd be good.
what's
They
that?
should do the Muppets, but on Jerry Springer.
Oh my.
That would be great.
I want that, but I want to be on acid when I watch it.
Whoa. That would be an experience. I tell you
Right?
what.
It might be a terrifying experience, actually.
When it's over, you're pretty sure you were there. Like,
Yeah. you know what you should watch, Vernon? I don't know if you should do this while you're on acid or not. That's up to you.
Oh.
But
I might. Who knows?
that show Avenue Q, have you ever heard of that?
What is it? Say it again.
Avenue Q. I think I've
Oh,
talked about
Avenue
it.
Q. Yeah. I've definitely seen
Oh.
it. We've vibed about this before. Yeah, I watched it in high school. I had a girlfriend in high school who turned me on to it, and actually it was her and all of her friends who I dated.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you dated all of her friends.
I
Wow.
don't,
that's
I had problems.
oh boy.
They were very nice women.
Say the least, they were very nice women.
I appreciate all of you individually.
Together, you're even better.
Together.
Oh, geez.
Swinging it out there, Scott. I love it. Thank you for that. Oh man, that's good stuff. Long story short, it was just a group of friends, and I don't know. We all hit it off pretty well. So
Circle jerking.
yeah, well, except I guess I was the cookie. Getting jerked around, if you will. Oh man, what a life! How did we get here? Is that how my week went? I don't remember how we did that. It's like a hat trick. We started with one thing and we ended with another.
Yeah, we went all the way around here. We started with communist dreams, and then we went into
I don't even know what I missed, but yeah, that really took a segue.
That was a fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call that a section. That's fair. Yeah. You guys got questions for this week, or should I break it out?
Dude, do you really think I had questions today? I wasn't even expecting to be on today.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't think you were doing it at all. What about you, Nathan? Got anything?
I got
Anybody?
no questions. But, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got more dreams. I've been having them like 3 nights in a row, man.
Nothing. All right, cool. What's the coolest place you guys ever traveled to?
The coolest place I've ever traveled
Yeah.
to.
Coolest. I feel like I've asked this question.
I feel like you have too, but we're gonna see if we come up with something different this time.
Cool
And eventually,
place.
when we have the same question multiple times, we're gonna have a compilation of all the answers we've given.
Well, if Nathan doesn't have one, I guess I could say one.
What was yours?
So-
Are we talking about like out of country or just like coolest place? Like,
Fucking anywhere, coolest place. See, it
Hmm.
might change. It might change the way. Just the wording of the question might be different.
I will say maybe it was. I want to say when I went on a cruise a couple of years ago out in the Bahamas, we stopped by this island owned by Carnival and Royal Caribbean, and it was a very small island, not even like a mile long. And we went snorkeling in that area, and that was a really cool experience. So I would say that would be in my top list of locations that
That's
I've been
dope.
to.
You were tackling my only fear there: water.
Yep.
Pretty sure I have rabies at this point. So
What's
terrified
that?
of water. So I'm pretty sure I have rabies at this point. I'm so terrified of water.
Jeez.
That's a symptom of rabies. Apparently, they're just fucking scared of water
Really?
for some reason. Yeah,
I don't think you have rabies, Vern.
yeah.
Yeah, me and Vernon.
On second thought,
Gotta stop. We have a show tomorrow.
you're just warming up.
Yeah. Nailed it. Yeah, shred
Yeah.
my vocal cords before we do the show. That's warm
Yeah.
up.
They're the fear of water. That's a thing.
Yeah, before every show, I actually eat glass. That's how I achieve the tonal properties of my voice. I don't know if you guys are aware.
Not
Oh, wow.
just metal way, dude. You should actually have metal shards that go down your throat.
You think
that you
so?
swallow.
It's
I mean,
metal.
that's metal, dude.
You think razor blades? That'd be. I guess we don't play glass, do we?
Right.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
No,
Is that's what we should coin that as our metal? What genre are you guys? Glass. We're not really metal. We're glass. We're hard, but we're more recyclable and better efficient.
They're gonna, if you say that, they're gonna think we play like Philip Glass. You know who that is?
No, I have no idea, and I don't think anybody else will think that either, Nathan.
Yeah, small hand.
burn. Damn.
My nerds would think that. How's that?
All right, I'll give you that. So nobody I give a shit about.
Well, I've got something for you right here in my pocket.
What's that? What's that? What is that, buddy? Oh, look at that!
Bird is just bird.
It's crazy. I got 2 of them. That's nuts. I don't need yours. That's crazy.
Want one?
Burn with a burn.
Vern with a burn. Yeah, that's what we'll start. We'll start the Vern's burns.
Oh no!
Yes.
No, we're not
What's
doing
Scott got in Vern's burns?
that. What's Nate gonna have?
Nate's Bates.
Well, today I've got a nice juicy worm.
This hair's an earthworm. That's the most West Virginia shit you've ever come up with.
Dude, I went to the 7-Eleven
burns.
next to the studio, and it says live bait. I'm like, really? They sell live bait?
Mine.
What's that?
That's mine.
Oh, it's your 7-Eleven? Okay, cool.
Nice.
No, just the bait section.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I supply that.
It wouldn't be as popular if this was down in Baltimore, because the live bait on the 7-Eleven is referring to the cash register attendant. Nobody's fishing there, except for dollar bills.
Lovely.
Where was that? Where was it at, Scott? That's what I was asking.
What's that?
Where was it at?
Where was the bait?
Yeah, where was the live bait 7-Eleven?
The one that's next to the studio?
It's right. That's the one.
Yeah, I'm like,
Wow.
why is it?
Do they play banjos there? What the fuck is that? Why do they? Why do they have that?
I don't know. Like, is there a pond nearby? I don't. It's just.
Is
seems
there a
kind of-
pond nearby?
I mean,
Is
it's
there,
oh,
where's the water?
where's the fucking water?
I couldn't tell you, Scott. I'm terrified of it. So
Maybe it's Baker Park. I don't know.
I have rabies, so I avoid it. That's fucking great.
That's why you scream.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I see water every day before we go on. Having a Grace Theater, it's fucking terrifying for me, man.
Everything. Standing right next to the water, you're like sitting there. Like, guys, we find a
What
different
the fuck is
spot.
that? Splash. Do you guys hear that shit?
Every time we're on stage, I just bring him a cup of water so that he's inspired.
Scott, actually, you had a great idea when we were at the last show. I brought up that in between lines of Still Waiting, I had to like hock a loogie into my mouth and then kind of carry it there as like some sort of strange fucking chipmunk. Storing that in my mouth so I could scream. It was disgusting, dude. And like by the end of it, I realized I like had like a stroke face going. Like one side was like tired because I kept doing this. It's so fucking bad. So like, yeah.
Cool.
So I had to keep doing that, and then in between lines, Scott would start singing. I'd be like, "Oh God, I can relax," and I'd swallow, and I'd be like, "Ah, it's still stuck in my throat," and I had to do it again. You had a great idea, which was to bring like a cup or something with me so I could just hock it up, but I considered that until I was like, I don't think I want to see the contents of that cup at the end of a show. That sounds horrible. So it needs to be like a spittoon.
Compare the two, I'd say probably I'd rather the contents be in the cup than it swallow and spit up.
Back and forth. You're right. I would too, but it's just going to be disgusting for it to happen. I'm going to have to do it at some point. The other thing that I was, considering is that we could get a spittoon. We could put it on stage. We could mic it up whenever we got a hockey. Ting! Wouldn't it be fucking great? It'd be like the Old West every time we take the stage.
Yeah.
All right, boys, saddle up. We're once revealed.
Doing
Rebel yell. Wow.
Yeah, we'll start covering Rebel Yell. That'd be a fun song to cover, actually.
At once.
You know what? Sadly, that reminds me of something. So when I was working at the phone store for a while, I had this one customer come in. This lady who had had 4 kids with her. They were all running around and whatever. But she was doing, I guess, snuff or chew tobacco or something. Whichever. And she had and she had to spit. Right.
Was this in Martinsburg?
This is in Martinsburg.
This makes so much sense. Keep going.
So she was in there, and she had a brisk tea, like a big bottle of that. Like, I'm about to gag just
Oh
telling
no!
you. But
She
there's still tea
didn't.
in it. So she couldn't just spit into the bottle. So she was like collecting it in her mouth because she needed to spit. And she was sitting there like just trying to set up a prepaid phone or pay a bill. I don't know what she was doing. I forget what it was. But everything takes forever in that store, which made it worse. And she was just sitting there and she's kind of talking like this.
Oh.
And oh god. And she's like,
Scott just disconnects. Scott's like, I can't. I'm out. Eject.
doing that, and then I'm talking, and she takes a big drink of the tea, and just swallows everything.
Oh no!
Finishes the tea, and then for the rest of that time, she's spitting into the bottle.
That sounds like a new cocktail, baby.
Shut up. It was horrible.
Scott's a drinks on the house, baby.
Like, this is not me saying any kind of judgment against her for doing that thing, but just the saliva thing kind of grosses me out, and I was like trying not to gag in that moment too. I was like really grossed out, and I'm still
She's like, what? You don't like it? Give it a shot here.
Brisk snuff, baby. Try it.
Oh no, it's Snus Daiquiri. Oh. It's a Snus Island long iced tea.
Snuff in a daiquiri.
So
Spit
nasty.
it.
So nasty.
Nice concoction.
Yeah.
Going this disgust, Nathan.
Yeah, that's the wrong kind of Long Island iced tea. That's the joke. Found it. I had to hunt it out. It was in there.
There's something there, and
Yeah.
you found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gross, dude. I actually once upon a time when I was in the army, I did something similar. I think I told you guys about this, but we can share it on the podcast. I actually the first time that I ever tried chewing tobacco was I was like out in a field exercise. We were like doing like a training thing with a bunch of dudes, and we were like driving around. And I was a smoker for like 3 or 4 years at that point while I was in the army, and I hated not being able to smoke, and you couldn't smoke in the Humvees and shit like that, and so nobody really did because they were all lame. They're all fucking lame. You're all lame, SATCOM kids. No, you don't fucking. You all play by the rules. Other people that I like hung out with in the army, they didn't. But fucking SATCOM kids are fucking nerds. They were like, no, but there's a fire suppression alarm that is on board and it will set off. I'm like, no, it fucking won't. Have you ever smoked in an apartment you're not supposed to? It's so bad, dude. But yeah, so we were driving around and I asked them for some chewing tobacco and I just shoved it in there, right? And I had no idea what I was doing. And I was like, wow, this is a lot of nicotine high really quickly. And then my stomach started to turn sour. And then I was like, man, I don't have anywhere to spit this. So I started spitting it into a bag that I had from my MRE. So I just had this bag of gunk. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do with this. And then I started getting sick. I was like, oh geez. So I ziplocked that bag up. And I was like, let me just put this away. And I put that down off to the side. And I spit the chewing tobacco into the rest of my MRE bag, which is like this big thick plastic bag. And then I started vomiting profusely into it, just over and over for like the next half an hour to 45 minutes. Yeah, it was horrible, dude. Horrible. It smelled awful, and everybody was like, throw the bag out. I'm like, I can't. I'm not done puking. Like, it was so bad. I was like, give me another bag. And they're like, fuck you, man. I'm like, so what you don't know, I guess, is that those bags are like gold sometimes. You carry those around so you can take a shit in them, throw them out the bag.
You guys ever watch that episode of Family Guy where they all drink a thing of Epicac?
Yeah, and they're all vomiting everywhere. That's basically what it was like. Yeah, nailed it.
Like, first one who doesn't vomit wins this pie or something, and they just start a conversation and just escalates into this vomiting session.
Have you guys ever tried Epicac?
No, I don't see a reason why.
We had some overseas. Somebody got some ordered over there so we could try it, and we did it, and a lot of people puked a lot. It was very funny.
That's why.
We were bored, dude. We were like 20 years old, 21 years old in the middle of the fucking desert doing nothing. We had like $1,800 twice a month that got funneled into our accounts. Sometimes more than that, depending on what rank you were, how long you'd been in. So like by the end of the month, you're like, I'm going to buy some dumb shit on Amazon. Let's get some glow powder, some tin foil, some Drano, some plastic bottles. I'm going to grab this thing that I've never tried before. It was dumb. We did all kinds of stupid stuff. Epicac. We also did the chloroform. We chloroformed each other. That was fucking hilarious. It was a good day.
It sounds like a cinnamon challenge, only...
We did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did the cinnamon challenge. We also did the hydrogen peroxide challenge. I don't know if you know that. That's how you make your dog vomit. You take like a spoonful of hydrogen peroxide, put it down their throat, and they'll puke pretty much instantly. Yeah, humans do that too. Didn't know if you know that.
I didn't
No.
Yeah.
Okay, at least you didn't do it to the dog. That's
No, I would never do that to the... Well, I mean, I did it to the dog once when she ate a bunch of shit she wasn't supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do when they do that. Yeah, it's like it's a vomiting agent. It works for them.
Yep.
Yeah, she had a piece of plastic, and I saw her do it, and I was like, no! And so I ran over to her, and I was like, drink this little thing. And it was like instant. It hit her tongue, and she was like... It was so quick, man. I mean, can you blame her? That shit has to taste terrible, right? I mean, the time I did it, I was drunk, so I don't really remember what it tastes like.
Dude, it's 9:02.
Did we really make it? We made it, boys? That was an hour?
That was
Did we actually
fast.
make it to an hour, though? That's the thing, right? We're at 55 minutes still because we started a little late. But we can start wrapping it up. That's fine by me.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. So this has been the Once a Real Variety Hour. Again, the
Well, that's
fastest
true, yeah.
growing podcast that offers you only variety, only for an hour. Don't look that up. Really, please don't look that up. Don't Google it. It's not worth it. Because it's true. I'm not lying to you. Why would I lie to you, right? Come back next week. Join us at 8 p.m. Eastern every single week, forever and ever until the end of time, or at least until they tell me we're not allowed to do this podcast anymore. Who knows when? You've been great. Thank you all for being so well dressed. Join us next week when Scott rolls in on a head of cabbage and sings to us the song of his people. Thanks so much. Have a great night.